Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. For the Washington Wizards, they come in off a good outing against the Dallas Mavericks. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all there. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be fun.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots and they made it. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
And now Washington's starting group. Bledsoe is out there with Alec Burks. And there's JaVale McGee. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Bazemore at the 3. Now here's Nash. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. Here's the machine. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. The machine's got his second basket of the game. Washington's offense last year looked solid on paper, but in reality, it was much tougher to defend against. They could hurt you in a number of ways.
And the Wizards, Kevin, could get you in transition, but they could also, as you mentioned, they could get you with their half-court sets. Top 10 in field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage last season.
For Washington, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside Millsap. Bangs home the trifecta. Millsap's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Passes it to the machine. He's it up and in off the pretty assist.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
To the middle. Good work defensively by Millsap.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you props.
And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap, very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. Folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
Now here's Bledsoe. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. From the arc, Burks can't get it to go. In Las Vegas, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Got a piece of it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
And Millsap with over a 7-foot wingspan and also just a great nose for the ball. He gets you rebounds, blocks, and he leads all power forwards in steals pretty much every season.
So it's Las Vegas now. Following the shot by Alec Burks.
And speaking of Millsap's defense, I mean, he can switch out and cover perimeter players as well. His smaller stature gives him that versatility, but then the long wingspan allows him to still bang with the biggies.
Good on the second free throw. Las Vegas, they came into this one following a loss to Cleveland.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory, just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Greg, I thought it was a solid effort from them all the way around. I mean, as you and I know, moral victories are an empty consolation prize. The loss is a loss.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Burks can't get it to go. Inside. It's out of bounds to Las Vegas. They'll retain possession.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Lopez. This past month, he's really set himself apart. He's averaging 6 points a game, 9 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable force going to the glass. And it's been reflected on the stat sheet.
Bazemore misses.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive. He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Las Vegas trails by 4. Nash outside. Down low. Brooks with the steal. Here's Bledsoe. Shot is off. Nash with some nice D. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. It's stolen. And here we go. Washington fast break. Bledsoe's running. And the 3 off target. Las Vegas, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And that is good. And 11 points for the machine.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit. I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
And it's a completely new group for Las Vegas. Then for the Wizards, Mahimi's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Kent Bazemore. They get it back, and that one's good. Barnes. Las Vegas trails by 4. Here's Maverick. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Mo Williams is checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Kicks to Barnes. Pulls up a screen. Back to Barnes. Wide open. And he gets it to go. Las Vegas, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Maverick. The three-pointer, no good.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Shot's good by Williams.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And that one's good. Crawford's got his first points of the night.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Mahimi's shot is good.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second chance buckets.
The dish to Crawford. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Crawford's got his second bucket of the night.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
And Paul Millsap, guys, the only player to lead the NCAA in rebounding 3 straight seasons back in college. A former second-round pick was kind of slept on, but now clearly making his mark in the NBA.
And Las Vegas making a change here. Evans is checked in. Ryan Owens, he's checked in for Washington. Now here's Williams. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And Hollins with the stuff.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Greg, you were talking about Millsap's ferocious rebounding. He battles inside, but Clark, he is so skilled.
Yeah, he's just really a good all-around basketball player. He can pass, handle, step out, hit the 3. Very, very versatile. He makes an impact on the game a lot of ways.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half-and-half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Here's Williams, following the score by Jamal Crawford. Back to Williams. From downtown, the shot will not go. And it's Las Vegas the other way. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
2 division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
This is definitely the first of many tonight. In these first games, you always try to set the tone and take that mental and psychological edge.
Out of bounds, Las Vegas takes possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And Las Vegas making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Pass to Crawford. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. For Las Vegas, they've gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. No good on the free throw. Bazemore's checked in for the Wizards. Bledsoe comes in for Alec Burks. And he sinks the second. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Out to the right wing. Williams for 3. And the pass to Barnes. Another shot. That's good. Barnes has got 6 points.
The entire defense was frozen footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Maverick passes to Crawford. Misses from close range.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop.
And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team.
You know, attitude approaching the game.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases, or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the 2 elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. Right. So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a ways.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. Paul Millsap out there with Tyler Hansbrough. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's Mo Williams. And it's Bazemore at the 3 slot. JaVale McGee's checked in for Washington. He hits both from the stripe. Wizards leading by 4. Williams kicks to Millsap. Lets it go from 11. Second chance shot. And it's blocked. They'll get another chance. There's Williams with the 3. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist in this one.
You know, first shot defense has been pretty good, but they've been getting beat way too often with the second and third chance.
Great point, Clark. That last line of defense is your ability to secure the backboard. Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Here's Kirilenko. First shot, first pass. He's out of the blocks fast.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Maverick passes to the machine. Bledsoe comes over to help. Here's Lar. Millsap covering. Here's the machine. Rebounded by the Wizards. They've led by as much as 10. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
And Williams, here we go. Missed inside. Las Vegas trails by 9. They get a hand on it. Here's the machine. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Washington.
Fellas, the rebounding has been very strong. Excellent so far. Putbacks are very valuable, and they're getting some.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half. And Kent Bazemore, the long-armed lefty out of Old Dominion, where he was the Division I Defensive Player of the Year back in 2011, a 5-year senior. He graduated with 2 degrees, one in criminal justice, the other in human services.
And Bazemore grew up in a small town, Telford, North Carolina. It's not less than 300 people.
And a very tight-knit community, as you might expect, Kevin. His uncle owned the local diner, and you see that in his demeanor. Very social, a humble guy. He's really a nice presence.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Fires the three. The rebound by Anderson. Las Vegas trails by 8. Nash kicks to Lopez. No good from outside. Washington has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. The offensive rebound was shot by Mahinmi. No good. Las Vegas has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Nash against Bledsoe. Fast break for Washington. Wizards running. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Well, you have to love the energy and the effort given every night by Kent Bazemore, hustling for loose balls. Greg, a lot like he actually runs the floor like a tornado, can handle the ball, the consummate role player.
He really is. And you know, you can have to have guys who can be effective without the basketball, Kevin. There's only one out there. Right. And you're going to have 5 guys, so you need other areas of the game to be effective. And he focuses on the defense, the rebounding, all those little things that add up to victories.
So here's Burks after the basket by Las Vegas. Shots good by Bledsoe.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Nash against Bledsoe. Knocked away. Millsap with the steal. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And, you know, going back to Kent Bazemore, he was not a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Was solid and unspectacular in college. Entered the NBA as an undrafted free agent. Exceeded everybody's expectations.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The layup missed.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempt.
And getting back to Kent Bazemore, I mean, he will always have a role in this league because of his defense and his positive attitude. He's the kind of guy who gets counted out early and goes on to have a legitimate 10-year NBA career.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
So for Las Vegas, Evans, he's checked in for Lopez. Buttinger comes in for Anderson. And it's Crawford in for the machine. The Wizards also changing it up. Ryan Owens, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Hansbrough comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Kent Bazemore. Bledsoe kicks to Burks. He dishes it to Barnes. Pass to Bledsoe. Back to Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Nash outside. To the middle. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut back down to 8 after they get the basket from Crawford.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
Bledsoe kicks to Barnes, and the 3 ball is good. Barnes has got 11 points.
Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle, spreading it around.
Pick by Okafor. Nash kicks to Evans. They set the pick. Buttinger dishes to Evans. Crawford. Bledsoe with the rebound.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that. And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012. After 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Mavericks checked in for Las Vegas. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Williams is checked in for Eric Bledsoe. From 11 feet away, they recover it. Evans with some nice D. Las Vegas trails by 13. Here's Maverick. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Crawford, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina, grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting, his mother started taping Jordan's games on the VCR years before he was born. His given name, Harrison Bryson Jordan Barnes. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know that.
Nor did I.
Andre Kirilenko is checked in for Emeka Okafor. And a switcher also for Washington. McGee's checked in.
Boy, for Alec Burks, he really started to put it all together in this 3rd season. He doubled his scoring average, shooting percentages up. Then last season, a strong start, but a shoulder injury cut short what I thought was going to be his best season yet.
The screen by Hansbrough. Burks kicks to McGee. And it's Kirilenko with the rebound. Las Vegas trails by 9. Here's Maverick. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Crawford. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. 15 points for Crawford.
Almost automatic when he can get the basketball that close to the basket.
Well, defense has to be played earlier in that situation. You've got to fight to not allow him to get that position in the first place.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Here's Williams. And the release was before the... And we finished one half of...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They lead by 10. And that'll do it.
The second half just about to get going here.
It's been a good night for the machine. He's got 19 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line. Not just getting there, but converting.
They've got Andre Kirilenko. Alvin Lopez out there with Okafor. Then it's Nash, and it's the machine in at shooting guard. So that's where Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Las Vegas trails by 12. Nash outside. No good on the 3. Washington shooting 43% from the floor. Bledsoe kicks to Millsap. Bazemore inside the 3-point line. And Washington again with the bucket. Las Vegas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the middle. Clark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Now that we have a moment, let's see who have been the top assist teams in the league this season.
The beauty of watching this team is seeing the ball move around the court. It doesn't stick. That's why they're at the top of that list.
Bledsoe against Nash. Burks. No good from outside. Well, Las Vegas shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Kirilenko the pass to Lopez. Some nice passing by Las Vegas here. And the shot is good. And that's 21 points for the machine.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Rebound, Washington. McGee's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this 3rd quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Las Vegas calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And they get it back. Millsap misses. Las Vegas trails by 14. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Bazemore misses.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Nash kicks to Okafor. Passes it to the machine. That's good. The machine's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit. And I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Here's what Las Vegas has got going right now. Anderson comes in for Okafor, and it's Crawford in for Andre Kirilenko. Mahimi's checked in for Washington. Ryan Allens comes in for Burks.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it. Well, you know, one season in the books with the NBA's new replay center, and so far, so good. I mean, the replays are averaging about 45 seconds apiece, and getting the officials the angles they need quickly to make the right call.
And now running up the court, Bledsoe pushing it up. That's good. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 14 now for the Wizards.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And with the new replay center, the league also going for more transparency. People expect it now, Clark, and they're officiating.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. Evaluating the most scrutinized calls and non-calls of the games in those last 2 minutes, that's a positive. Things are continuing to change, I think, for the better in that regard. He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet spring music all day long.
Come on, now here's Nash. He feeds it to Anderson. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Anderson's got 10 points.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Las Vegas trails by 14. The machine passes to Nash. Inside, here's Ballar, and the layup's good off the glass.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 6. Dishes it to Mahimi. Ballar with the rebound.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Here's the machine. Rebound, Washington. Bledsoe outside. Feeds to Mahimi. All alone. The shot misses. And it's Las Vegas the other way. Crawford drives in. Here's the machine. Excellent D there from Bledsoe.
Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists. Those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
Mavericks checked in for Las Vegas. The Wizards also changing it up. Barnes comes in for Ryan Allens. And it's Williams in for Kent Bazemore. Maverick passes to the machine. Las Vegas again missing. And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed a big contract coming into the season, and now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role.
The feed to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Wizards need to get a shot off here. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
What a performance from Millsap here. He has 9 rebounds, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
And the Wizards making a change here. Hansbrough's checked in. Here's Maverick. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Takes a 3. Count that one.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Barnes. He's got 15, and he gets it to go. Barnes has got 17 now.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Maverick passes to Bunning. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Washington sits right now in the rankings. 3rd in 3-point shooting, 3rd in opponent offense. And they also show up as a top 5 team in steals. Young, aggressive, and athletic, getting into the passing lane.
And it's their ranking in the 3-point percentage that really catches my eye. A team stocked with some real sharpshooters. And when you can stroke it, the athleticism on that finish.
Here's Williams. 7 points in the game. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Kicks to McGee. Evans with some nice D. Las Vegas trails by 10. Kirilenko dishes to Budinger. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
You know, it's really quite amazing when you look at Chase Budinger. I mean, statistically, he was the same player last year as when he was a rookie. Across every category, even smaller categories like steals and blocks, almost identical output 5 seasons apart.
Here's what Las Vegas has got going right now. Robin Lopez is checked in for Evans, and it's Okafor in for Anderson. Here's Burks. It's deflected, but he recovers it. And Hansbrough kicks to Barnes. Hands it from downtown. Barnes has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Lopez a screen. Las Vegas again missing.
Not the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Kirilenko. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make... And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. Las Vegas trails by 12. Taking a look at the Wizards. They've got JaVale McGee. Mo Williams out there with Alec Burks. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Barnes at the 4 slot.
And when you've got that much of a size advantage on your defender, that's how you take advantage of it.
And Bazemore kicks to McGee. Here's Burks. No good off the back of the rim.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot. Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over.
Williams kicks to Barnes. Here's McGee. Good on the 13-footer. And the Wizards lead by 10.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. Yeah, defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Wizards.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Millsap comes in for Barnes, and it's Eric Bledsoe in for Williams. And he gets it to go. And that's 31 points for the machine.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
McGee a screen. Bledsoe passes to Millsap. Bazemore for three. That one goes. Count it.
Just too dangerous of a shooter to leave alone from beyond the arc.
Here's Maverick. To the paint and out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Las Vegas making a change here. Nash is checked in. Wizards leading by 10. Bledsoe kicks to Millsap. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. He misses the free throw. No luck that time either.
Boy, they just can't seem to get it right from the line here. Yet they're still on top. That poor free throw shooting could come back to haunt them.
Pass to the machine. Shoots from 14, and that one comes up a bit short.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Nash kicks to Lopez. The jump hook, that is good. Lopez has got 4 this quarter. Wizards have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Millsap a screen on Kirilenko. And Bazemore kicks to Millsap. And again, Washington with the triple.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Down low. It's out of bounds to Las Vegas. They'll retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the machine. Crawford, no luck.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Shoots, and it's Millsap. That time on the assist by Bledsoe. And it's now 22 points for Millsap. Okafor dishes to Nash. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Wizards leading by 13. Washington calls timeout.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Millsap has the open look. Again, Millsap missing. Las Vegas trails by 11. Stolen by Bledsoe. Lopez with the steal. Nash outside. He kicks to Lopez. And there's the 3-second violation.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys. Plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
And that one's good.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Nash with it. And Burks picks him up defensively. Nash pass to Crawford.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
2 shots. And he sinks the second. Wizards leading by 12. Bledsoe kicks to Millsap. Bazemore for 3. It's rebounded by Las Vegas. Okafor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
Take it out, man!
Bledsoe against Nash. Rejected by Millsap. Bledsoe kicks it to Bazemore. And it's sent back by Lopez. Rejected by Millsap. And he recovers it. And he gets the bucket. And it's now 22 points for Crawford.
And the shooting has really been there for him today. But he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole. And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
There's the dish to Lopez. From 6 feet, and that one's good. Lopez has got 6 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Las Vegas trails by 11. Kirilenko dishes to Okafor. Nash the pass to Okafor. Off the mark and a chance to trim it to single digits. Bledsoe kicks to Millsap. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Millsap's got 24 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with the basket, coming off a quick pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Nash dishes to Crawford. Burks with the double team. Las Vegas again missing. Wizards leading by 13. Bledsoe kicks to Burks. Back to So. All sorts of time. They grab their own miss. Lopez with the block. Crawford passes to Okafor. Outside Kirilenko. From deep. That's good. 1:29 left in the 4th quarter. Bledsoe against Nash to the wing right side. Back to Bledsoe. Goes up to the stripe. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Kirilenko dishes to Crawford. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
They double team Bledsoe. Now here's Burks, guarded by Crawford. And that one's good. Millsap.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quiet.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hansborough, that's good. And the Wizards lead by 12.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here, plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Outside Williams. And so it's the Wizards with the W. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent.
Well, Paul,
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now, Paul Millsap.
There was nothing big.
And folks, that's it for